Now take your diploma and allow it to motivate you to pursue your dreams, whatever they may be. Who knows where your pursuits may take you?
To also share with you our very best wishes and hopes that you will use this evening as a launching pad for greater things. Because tonight is really just a beginning for each of you. Sounds corny, but it's very true.
And Jatori Evans, please come forward. While Miss Amy will lead us in the invocation and Jatori will lead us in the pledge. While they're coming up, I want to mention immediately following the ceremonies, we have set up right outside these doors an area with balloons and congratulations and all. Nice place for you to take pictures of your graduates, so please feel free to use that and the podium area too for picture taking later. Thank you. Would you please rise now for the invocation and the pledge?
Will you please bow your heads in prayer? Father, we have knowledge, so you will show us now how to use it wisely and find a way somehow to make the world we live in a little better place and make life with its problems a little bit easier to face. Grant us faith and courage and put purpose in our days and show us how to serve thee in effective ways so our education, our knowledge, and our skill might find their true fulfillment as we learn to do thy will. And may we ever be aware in everything we do that our knowledge comes from learning and wisdom comes from you. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. We're so glad to welcome each of you, of course, parents, family, and friends, your special guests. We also have some other special guests who have come to honor our graduates tonight. I'd like to introduce to you our superintendent of St. Tammany Parish Schools, Ms. Gail Sloan. Deputy Superintendent, Mr. Trey Foles. Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum Instruction, Dr. Margot Galat. And Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, Mr. Peter Jabbia. We are also very honored to have several of the school board members with us who make all of this possible. First, President Donald Villere. Mrs. Elizabeth Heinz. Mr. Ronald Betancourt. And John Lamarck. They have not missed a graduation. They very much appreciate what you all have done and think it's a wonderful thing, and they're here to honor our graduates. We also extend thanks to the adult education staff and many others that have helped, that are listed on the program. You know, it would be an understatement to say this has been a horrendous year. The calamity called Katrina has profoundly affected the lives of all of us in this room. The storm nearly wiped out the southern half of Slidell, destroying many homes and one high school, severely damaging all the other schools and most of the homes in that attendance area too. The adult education program was severely impacted also. Our two major adult education centers in Slidell were completely destroyed, including the loss of two large computer labs containing about 50 or 60 computers. Those two centers had a combined enrollment of 1,000 students. Now, when you consider that last year our total enrollment was 1,600, that's a big impact. This year we have barely reached 900. So we are still 700 short, 700 students who have not been able to resume their education. That's the bad news. The good news is that the schools of St. Tammany are back up. They've been repaired. The students and citizens are returning and recovering. Of course, much of that thanks goes to our superintendent, Gail Sloan. And also, I think if she's the brains of the operation, Mr. Trey Foles, the deputy superintendent, is kind of the muscle, and the two of them led us to rebuild the schools rather quickly and to get the community back, the children back in school, and the community back on its feet, starting that there. Also, a dedicated administration of administrators, principals, and all, and a fantastic faculties who are very dedicated to providing a quality education for your students. And an incredible maintenance department, magnificent. They did a wonderful job. So we have a great deal of thanks we owe to them just for being back in business. That being said, the truth is that all the resources in the world would not make a difference if there were not students who wanted to and were willing to work for their education. And that's what you've done this year. This year, you have survived unbelievable challenges to complete your education. You've not only overcome an incredible natural disaster, but you've also overcome another force that's perhaps more deadly and more crippling. The power of fear, fear of learning, fear of trying, fear of failure. You know, a hurricane can destroy your home, but fear can destroy your hope for the future. You've overcome that. You're not just survivors, you're winners. So we congratulate you this year. We congratulate you for persevering and going on and succeeding. There's nothing, I don't think, that you can't do now. You've overcome all those obstacles to succeed. Now, I said to complete your education. This is not the completion. Hopefully, it's the first step. You've opened some doors. You've provided now opportunities for yourself to go forward. go on with education, go on with jobs and advancement. You can do it because you are winners, and we appreciate you. Our next guest, our speaker, is a gentleman who we like so much we ask him back almost every year. He has a great story to share with you. Claude Gilliatt, Dr. Claude Gilliatt, a licensed professional counselor and licensed marriage and family therapist. He's in full-time private practice in Covington. He's done so many things and had so many jobs, it'd take all night to list them. So what we'll do is let him share his story with you.
Wow, what a year it's been. How many of you completed the requirements for your diploma before Hurricane Katrina made landfall? A couple of you? Oh, many, good, okay. How wise that was in retrospect. The rest of you persevered through perhaps what has been the most trying time in our country's history, certainly in our area's history. Congratulations, job well done. You should be proud of yourselves for that effort. Indeed, it's been an incredibly trying year. Scripture reminds us that we should boast of our troubles because we know that trouble produces endurance. Endurance brings God's approval, and His approval creates hope. This hope does not disappoint us. Each of you here tonight has a story to tell, and in a few moments we'll get to hear a few of those stories. I would that we had time to hear them all because I'm inspired by each one of your stories. What life events led you to leave school and then to return to complete your studies and be able to stand here this evening to receive your diploma? I too have a story. Like many of you, I left high school before earning my diploma. I wanted to make my way in the world. Then I realized that I really did need that education, along with the proof that I had obtained a certain body of knowledge that our society deems important. And in 1973, I was awarded my GED. Incidentally, and I love to share this part of the story, my mother earned her GED at the same time. I'm convinced that she did so to encourage me. She knew I would go to school if she went and didn't want to shame me, you know. And because of her diploma, she was able to get a great job back in those days with an outfit called FEMA. Before you throw any bricks, she's been retired over 10 years now. From there, after getting my GED, I went on to college. I was awarded an undergraduate degree at Spring Hill College in Mobile, Alabama in 1977, and I went to work in the radio and television industry. After several years, successful ones no less, I decided to continue my education and pursue a graduate degree. I love learning, and I felt called to pursue a different career. In 1988, New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary awarded me the Master of Divinity degree. I have since that time done postgraduate studies at 3 schools of higher education, and if I had the time, the money, the energy, and if my wife would let me, I'd continue my formal studies. My point is, don't stop learning. Tonight, we join you in celebrating your accomplishment. Now take your diploma and allow it to motivate you to pursue your dreams, whatever they may be. Who knows where your pursuits may take you? I bought a new laser printer the other day, and it arrived yesterday. Took it out the box, plugged it in, popped the CD into the computer, installed the driver, hooked the USB cable up. Voila, it worked, it printed. That's an amazing thing. You all don't seem terribly impressed, but I consider this one of the most amazing inventions of all time. So now, I understand that many of you here tonight don't remember a time before computers and printers. I actually had a close brush with an inventor who made possible much of what modern computer printers can do. It was shortly after finishing college that I thought I would leave broadcasting and get a real job, to hear my parents tell it. So I got a job selling copying machines. Now, our office was in a warehouse north of Mobile, Alabama, on the Interstate 65 service road, and in a small warehouse next to us was a computer geek / inventor type. I wasn't real sure what he was working on, but he was a nice enough guy, and day after day, I watched him slog away in his little warehouse space. And then one day, he got it. He figured out how to get a printer to print different characters, symbols, and other graphic elements of different sizes in a single line of printed text and with only one pass through the printer. Now, I'll bet most of you don't remember dot matrix printers or having to feed a document through a printer more than once to get all the different characters and information on that page that you wanted. This guy figured it out. And his invention did a lot more than that, too. In fact, you can look it up on the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office's website. It's patent number 4,254,409, filed by James L. Busby of Mobile, Alabama. He filed it on December 15, 1978. He was awarded his patent on March 3, 1981. Yeah, that's a great story, Claude. What's the point? Well, he called this little company that he founded and that got this patent Quality Microsystems, QMS for short. He later sold it to Minolta. You've perhaps heard of them, the mind of Minolta. But more importantly than that, he licensed this technology, this patent that he had, to the big boys. You've heard of them, IBM and Xerox, and the rest is history. Like Forrest Gump, in no time at all, he was a co-zillionaire, had one less thing to worry about. Most of us take his invention and others like it for granted. We give little thought to the ideas and the hard work that make that kind of technology possible. Well, like I said, most of us. All of you sitting here tonight have ideas. You have dreams. Blend those ideas and those dreams together with education, endurance, perseverance, and hard work, and who knows what might happen. Tonight, you rejoice, and we rejoice with you. Savor the moment. Relish the sweet victory and bask in the glow of your success. Then tomorrow, accept no limits to what you can do. Believe in yourself. You'll be surprised where it might lead you. In recent days at other graduation ceremonies, some pretty big names have been delivering the commencement addresses. Vice President Dick Cheney was up at LSU. Former Presidents George Herbert Bush and William Jefferson Clinton were in New Orleans the other day, and our current President, George W. Bush, was on the Mississippi Gulf Coast delivering an address. And tonight, I have the distinct pleasure of being named among them because I have the honor of being your commencement speaker. Thank you for helping me realize one of my dreams. And allow me to add my voice to the chorus of praise. Congratulations to St. Tammany Parish's 2006 adult education graduates. Thank you all.
Thank you, Claude. Now we'd like to invite Chris L. Beebe, Jennifer Brighton Julian, and Deborah Buchanan to the stage, please. These are some graduates that have agreed to share a little bit of their story with you.
Hello, family, friends, teachers, and school board staff. Welcome to the 2006 St. Tammany Parish Adult Ed Graduation Ceremony. My name is Chris, and I'm here along with all the other students who successfully complete the Louisiana GED program. At this time, I would like to congratulate each and every student today who have earned the certificate of GED. This program taught me the values of making and achieving goals. So for everyone out there with goals, think positive, you can achieve. I would like to thank everyone for coming and put your hands together for the graduates of 2006.
Good evening. My name is Jennifer Brigham Julian. When I began out to get my GED, I thought all I was doing was getting my GED, just being a high school graduate. But I've come to realize that through my maturity and the way I've grown and watching my children grow, I have seen what an education can do. Now I'm enrolled in Delta Community College. I'm going to complete my courses in 3.5 months, and I will become a medical office specialist. At that time, I hope not to finish there. I hope to go further into physical therapy. I just hope that everybody here, as graduates, will know that education does not stop here. Use your minds for more things, grow, and let things come to you. Your thoughts will be answered, and your prayers will be also. Thank you.
Now we'd like to invite our Superintendent, Gail Sloan, to come up and give you a few words of congratulations.
Last week I attended 7 high school graduations, and by Saturday night, after having attended the last one for the week, we were pretty tired. But we were looking forward to being here tonight because this is such a special occasion. I have to share with you that it is perhaps my favorite graduation that I attend each year, because your stories are ones that are filled with challenges, having overcome obstacles, understanding what it means to sometimes lose your footing but regain your path. And so it is heartwarming to us to come to this graduation each year and share with this class so many different stories of how you arrived at this evening, and to also share with you our very best wishes and hopes that you will use this evening as a launching pad for greater things. Because tonight is really just a beginning for each of you. Sounds corny, but it's very true. Some of the best lessons you can learn in life are ones that you hear over and over from people who are older or people who have been along the same path. There's good reason to listen to those stories that you hear from your parents, grandparents, and people who have endured hardships of their own, had to overcome obstacles. This year with Katrina, I think everyone has learned that even though you think your course is set, things can happen to cause your dreams, your plans to disappear. The ability to be able to regain your footing and continue on a path that leads to something worthwhile is one of the most valuable lessons you will learn in life, and this class has already learned it well. Congratulations on your accomplishments.
In just a moment, we'll begin making the awards, but I did want to ask my adult education staff just to stand up for a minute and let you see them. Your student has had a close relationship with one of these teachers to help them succeed. Thank you. They're a very dedicated staff. They enjoy what they do because they like helping people who want to go forward. So we congratulate them too. All right, it's time to award the diplomas. Okay. All right, Megan, come on up. Megan R. Barnes. Dustin Baccaro. Chris L. Beebe. Come on, Chris. Dustin L. Board. Jillian Brand. Jennifer Brighton Julian. Deborah L. Buchanan. Rachel Cialona. Amy Clade. Vera Colon. Edwin William Cody. Chase Dutrich. Donnell Edmonston. Jatori C. Evans. Angela Michelle Ganaway. Maggie Jean Green. Alexander William Hyder. Matthew Kennedy. Brian Juno. Christopher L. Lassini. Elise Margot Laverne, sorry. Dietrich Joseph Mays. Brittany M. Maurer. Rebecca McLivin. Melody Mindkine. Kelly Ann Morse. Rachel M. Mullen. Stephanie Penton. Ashley Prescott. Jeffrey D. Roth. Shannon Ryan. Mark Shepard II. Abigail Singletary. Christopher W. Smith. Cody Stevens. Shannon Stevens. Justin Strohmeyer. Michael C. Torrey Jr. Julie Elizabeth Walder.
Another reason why this graduation is my favorite is they let me do the honors with the tassel. So if you would please stand, class of 2006. By the power vested in me by the State Department of Louisiana and the St. Tammany Parish School Board, I pronounce you graduates of St. Tammany Parish.
Thank you very much and congratulations.